Tonight on the
Perfect.
super important show, we were talking about Snoop Loops, and we will talk about Snoop Loops. Don't worry, the saga continues. But first, the internet needs a name for a probe to Uranus, and we're here to help. We're going to meet a person who redefines what it means to have a grudge against your ex-wife. And we were so busy trying to figure out if we could shoot cockroaches with lasers, we never stopped to wonder if we should shoot cockroaches with lasers. We shouldn't, is my opinion on the whole thing. I am Destiny Dado. I am one of your hosts, and I am joined by two other amazing hosts. First, let me introduce you to my amazing host, Heather Jules Booth. Heather Jules Booth, how are you?
I'm great. Dustin, can you do me a huge favor?
Yes.
Would you say the name of that pest again?
Say the name of what? Cockroaches?
Pests that we're shooting?
Roaches? Yeah, roaches. Why?
Yeah. You say that like a real old school New Yorker. You were like, cockroaches. Only like really dyed-in-the-wool old school New Yorkers.
I'm
say
Italian.
But I know, it was delightful to hear. It brought back some Nathan Lane memories. So
before we can get into our show, we need to introduce our other amazing host, friend of the show, writer-director, Audrey Sprouse. How are you doing?
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me back.
And we are happy to have you. For folks at home who've not met you before, tell us a little bit about who you are. I'd be shocked if they haven't met you before, but tell us about you.
Who am I? What am I? I write, I direct, I perform, primarily sketch comedy. I also have an obsession with Harry Styles and use that obsession to my advantage, and wrote a sketch show all about him.
Multiple sketches. Multiple sketches.
Okay. Multiple sketches. But I promise I'm done. I retired the Harry show, I say.
I will believe it. I believe it when I see it. I feel like you've said that before, but we'll see. We have so much stuff to cover tonight. I think we should get right into it. Heather, do you want to get us into World You Crazy?
Of course I do. Okay, everybody, World You Crazy this week. So you may have heard me asking Dustin to pronounce this word again. Has nothing to do with anything other than this story. Scientists have created an AI-powered laser turret that kills cockroaches. The byline is, the technology is open source and cheap to acquire, but its creator says it's a little dangerous.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the article reminds us that we all hate bugs and we want to zap bugs. I will say I don't believe in zapping all bugs. I think a lot of bugs do good. I do not believe we need cockroaches. They're like mosquitoes. Zap them. I don't care. So a researcher at Heriot-Watt University, which I neglected to Google where that's from. I feel like it's not here, but it sounds British. They did a study about a laser insect control device with an automated machine, and it says that the laser can detect cockroaches at high accuracy, neutralize and deter them at up to 1.2 meters. This person utilized a Raspberry Pi, which I think isn't that no longer popular technology like it was for a little bit, and then it kind of went. I don't know.
No, I mean, it's essentially like a Windows computer, just in a little box.
Slightly, yeah. So they're using a Raspberry Pi. They first started using a Raspberry Pi to zap mosquitoes with lasers. So now they upgraded to a different kind of computer to allow more precision. And this scientist said they started using a Jetson Nano that allowed them to use deep learning technologies with higher accuracy. The Nano is a small computer that can run algorithms. And it says the computer processes a digital signal from 2 cameras to determine the cockroach's position. It determines information to a galvanometer, which the article wants you to know, if you're not smart enough to understand that that's a machine that measures electric current. And it changes the direction of the laser to shoot the target. So it said that it learns if the cockroach is going a certain place, the laser will then move and shoot it. They said that they can also, at a low power level, they can influence the behavior of the roaches by simply triggering their flight response with the laser, which it said could train them to not shelter in dark areas. And then at a higher power level, it neutralizes, aka kills them.
Am I the only one who's horrified by this?
So, I mean, I'm not horrified by the concept of killing the roaches. However, Dustin and I were talking earlier today about Star Trek. Dustin, you know the Borg then, right? Right. So you know how you shoot at them and they immediately learn, and they you shoot them once and they learn, and then they go somewhere else. I feel like that is exactly what would happen with this. You would shoot a roach with a laser once, and it would immediately be like, haha, got you.
I'm not even worried about razors. I'm not even worried about cockroaches getting away from it. I am worried
You're worried about the lasers.
I'm worried about the lasers. I'm worried about, we are training computers to shoot things with lasers. At what point are we just saying, hey, Skynet, fucking happen right now? We are teaching computers to shoot things with lasers. That is a bad idea.
Dustin, allow me to read you this section of this article to reassure you.
It's not going to, but go ahead.
The author says, I use very cheap hardware and cheap technology, and it's open source.
Right. So now everybody can shoot people with lasers. Great.
Wow. So when you put it like that, it's not great, is it?
Yeah. Not only are we teaching computers to shoot shit with lasers, we're making it affordable for everyone. This is insane.
So listen, Dustin, this author, this scientist does agree with you, because at the end of the article, they did say it's not recommended for household use just yet because it's a little dangerous. Lasers can damage not only cockroaches, but your eyes.
And we have the video. We have the video of it.
Yes, can we please watch the video of this?
At Heriot-Watt University have developed an automated turret that can kill cockroaches using lasers.
I don't like this voice.
This is American.
The laser insect control device was automated using machine vision, where they performed numerous experiments on domiciliary cockroaches. The system was able to not just accurately detect cockroaches, but also kill them at distances as far as 1.2 meters. The brains behind this was a Jetson Nano, a small computer capable of running ML algorithm that allowed Michelin to apply deep learning technologies with higher accuracy to track and detect an object. The computer processed digital signals using 2 cameras to triangulate on the cockroach's position. This info is then transmitted to a galvanometer that guides the direction of the laser to shoot accurately at the target. The project is still not ready for mass adoption, since lasers are harmful to human eyes too. However, it could offer a solution to dealing with the disgusting creatures without chemicals or traps, while also being considerably cheaper, since the entire setup didn't cost more than $250.
Great. So lasers to kill everybody for $250. Cool.
No. No.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it our responsibility to leave the show right now and go hunt down the person doing this and stop them before they become self-aware? Audrey, I feel like we haven't heard from you. You see, I see reactions, but I've not heard words. What's your take on this?
Okay, so first and foremost, I still haven't recovered from the fact that I had no idea what a Raspberry Pi was, and I was like, "What are we like?
What are we talking about?"
You were like, "This is old technology." I'm like, "Oh, like the potato thing from like science fair." So that's where I've been.
You're picturing it being like a literal Raspberry Pi.
Yeah,
with a laser turret up top.
With a laser in it, yeah.
Well, so if that helps, that's where I'm stuck. So everything going is just more. I hate roaches. I don't mind however they die. I don't believe that similarly with all bugs, but roaches can. I'm still wrapped up on this pie thing and the fact I'm too old to not understand what we were talking about. Is my honest where I was at this whole time. I haven't processed the roaches part, just the pie. Sorry.
Right. But you're not worried about Skynet the way I am. Okay, that's fine.
No, I'm still figuring out this pie thing, and then I'll get there.
Okay. I hope you don't wake up like 3 a.m. going like, oh no, it's all coming. It's all figured it out.
I will.
Message us. Let us know when you become equally horrified. Heather, anything else on this or?
No, I mean, I don't really have anything else other than, get him.
Okay.
I'm with Audrey. Get him.
Okay.
Like,
Well,
these are one of two bugs that I ruthlessly
kill every time.
welcome kill. Yes. This and mosquitoes.
Okay. Then let us move on to Audrey. Audrey, let us hear about what you got going on.
Listen, okay. I don't think I'm that petty, but I also do think I am a little petty. And so after reading this, I was like, you know what? Fair. So we've got a grave peer. This man was caught on video urinating on his ex-wife's grave almost every morning in New Jersey. So basically, this man. Now I'm gonna let us guess, or I'll tell you, but I'll leave it up for a guess at first. How long do you think this man was married to this woman that he's peeing on the grave?
Right. I know the answer. So Heather in chat. Yeah, Heather in chat.
I'm going to say a long time. So I'm going to say, I like that. All I can see is Joy saying New Jersey. That's the correct answer. New Jersey.
Yeah.
3 years.
I'm going to say I think 20 years.
Okay. That's good. That's fair. No, it's been 40 years since they were married, and it gets better.
Wait. Total time married or
no? They were married 40 years ago.
Okay.
Like they broke up over 40 years.
Right. They were only married for 3 or 4 years, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
I'll get to it. Yes. So this loving relationship was due to a long-standing grudge. He was married to her for a short period. They don't have the time frame, but what they do say is he left her when she got pregnant, and then insisting the child wasn't his, and told her family, and told family media outlets basically, this isn't mine, I'm leaving basically. But anyways, this is 40 years ago. And so this woman died in 2017.
Wait, but before you continue, but it was his.
It
was his. So
it was his kid.
Right. He divorced her saying you're carrying somebody else's kid, and he was wrong. Anyway, continue.
Wrong. Completely wrong. But it gets better, because what sane person pees every single day? There's got to be a time frame, right? This man pees on her grave from 6:14 to 6:18 a.m. with whom? His current wife. This man goes to a grave and pees on it with his wife. And so basically, long story short, how this even came about was the son would visit the grave and see feces and be like, there's something wrong, and got the cops involved. They're like, because they're. And so got it on an iPhone camera of this man. And Dustin, let's see the evidence here. And look at the location of this. We're not in the middle of a graveyard.
Right.
Oh, I was picturing the middle of a graveyard.
Right. No, it's right by the parking lot. It's right by a house.
Just I mean, this guy.
Yeah,
this guy.
I feel like we are blowing past the fact that his current wife joins him. That she periodically is just yes, I will come pee on your ex-wife's grave from 40 years ago. That to me would be you need to get over her. I would feel insulted if my wife had been married to somebody 40 years ago. Granted, it would have been a very early marriage, but still, if you married somebody 40 years ago and she was still waking up every day, I'd be maybe you like this person more than you think you do, or something. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. It's just like, it's very bizarre.
And it's like the time frame. It's like 4 minutes and not even, I don't know, maybe because the sun's not up yet. It's just, that's too early for me to go pee. I don't know. It's just so much, but I think it's very, very funny. It's in Orangetown, if anybody wants to go.
That's too bad it's not in Yellowtown.
Boo.
It's a real shame. Yeah, you're welcome.
Boo.
I would say I'd leave, but
right. You know what? I should not give you a hard time about that, given we're going to do a whole story about Uranus in like a couple of minutes.
Yeah, we are.
Who am I to judge?
Who are we? But yeah, it's Tappan Reformed Church Cemetery. So if you ever find yourself in Jersey, and want to see a peed on grave.
Yeah. I do want to call out. I do want to call out Chris.
Be able to smell it.
I do want to call out Chris Bachknight's comment of Uranus, the top 5 most romantic bodily fluids.
What are the other 4?
I don't know. That's why I agree that it's probably in the top 5. That's why I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Chris, if you want to list them in order, we will put it up.
Oh, we know.
Yeah.
We'll put that chat up.
Yeah.
I can think of 2 other possibilities. I can't think of the other. Oh, you know. I know. I can think of 2 others. So that's 3. That leaves 2, right? That leaves 2 that I can't think of.
Tears. Sorry.
Oh, tears. Oh, that's good. I didn't think about tears.
I cry a lot.
And on that note, I think it's time to move on to our third story.
Excellent segue.
So, our third story. Listen, there's a rule that we have that anytime a chicken story comes up, we're going to do it, and Heather's going to talk about it. And for me, anytime a story comes up that mentions Uranus, I'm going to put it in the show, and I'm probably going to talk about it if at all humanly possible. And fortunately, frequently, the internet delivers. So here's what happened. Oh, sorry, wrong one. The internet thought that NASA had reached out and said, hey, we're going to do a probe to Uranus, please name it. It turns out they didn't, because NASA is a little bit smarter than that. But a company called Ice Giant Missions, which is trying to encourage people to do probes to Uranus, and Neptune posted it, and they had a NASA logo in there. So everybody was like, NASA wants us to do this, so let's do it. And it went very viral, and a lot of people were like, of course I'm gonna do that. They came up with a bunch of good names, none of which I'm going to show you, because that's not why we do this story. We do this story because of the ridiculous names that people suggested. And again, chat, I'm counting on you to try and compete with the names. This is a game that Joy is traditionally very good at, so I am hoping I'm putting a little pressure on her to come up with some names. But I'm going to share with you all the best names, because yes, I got done with work a little early and time to make graphics. So here we are, the best names that they suggested.
Bring it.
We will start with the ones that were acronyms. So first up was BUTT, the Better Uranus Telemetry Training probe. I think that's a solid one.
Yeah.
Solid, yes.
Yeah.
Solid number 2.
Right. ANUS, the Advanced New Uranus Space Mission. They just pretended
pretty good.
Right. They pretended like the mission part wasn't there. That's fine. That's fine. I respect that. It didn't work out perfectly. Of course, Rectum. Yeah. Rectum, the research education towards Uranus mission. There's
I
the
actually
big
really
ones.
like that. It's really good.
Topping saying, so it wasn't Proby McProbeface. Play along with us. We'll get there.
Oh boy.
Bootylicious was pretty high up there.
Okay.
That one's
All
a
right.
little bit more
Pretty good.
straightforward.
Yeah.
Charmin, because it's a probe into Uranus, and that's what Charmin is used for. That was perhaps
right.
one of my favorites in terms of being like unique.
Yeah.
The Deep Dive, which is definitely what happens. Mission Colonoscopy was another one that I thoroughly enjoyed. And there we go. Heather had suggested anus, anus face. It is not, but it is what Topping has suggested. Proby McProbe face. It was pretty high out there. You got to go with Seymour Butts because how could you
always
not? Wandering Finger is probably my favorite of our choices. For its, but I think the one that will just bring us all together is our anus. Not Uranus, but our anus.
I love
like
that.
Thornton Wilder play.
This is the one that had me laughing. That Joy came in from the other room and be like, "What are you laughing at?" And I was laughing at our anus.
That's
So
funny.
right. So
I'd
those
like to
are
highlight,
yes.
I'd like to highlight Joy's. Joy had a great suggestion here. How did no one suggest this? Really good, Joy.
Yeah, I told you she's very good at this. She is very good at this. So that's our pro appearance. If you have other suggestions, I like Joy, hop on Twitter. Let Ice Giant Missions find out. I also like the toss salad suggestion. It's a good opportunity to name something ridiculous. So, do you guys have any that you want to throw out, or should we move on to our what the fact section?
I've got one. I just posted it.
What is it? Rocket to Browntown.
Oh, that's good.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh man.
Joy, you're welcome.
That is a solid choice. That is a solid choice.
Yes, it is.
Before we continue, I want to make sure to remind everybody to like and subscribe. It helps us a ton to have people know that you enjoy the content. It lets other people know you enjoy the content so they get to see it more. And subscribing will help you always know when we have a show happening. So please like and subscribe if you can. And before we continue on to our What the Fact section, we have to continue with our reoccurring segment called Snoop Loops. What's going on with Snoop Loops? And I thought this week, I was so scared going into this week that we were not going to have a Snoop Loops update. I was very worried. The site had not been changing, but don't worry, we have. For those of you who have not been keeping score on what's going on, Snoop Dogg has launched a serial called Snoop Loops. It has a one-page website, basically, that was written by somebody who was very high. It talks about a basketball team from Doggytown, Alaska, that is also top-secret spies that go on missions and try and help people. Last week, we met the team. Last week, we met the members of the K9 basketball team. We discovered that men don't wear pants. Women do, which is good. We discovered we had falsely assumed that Mr. Polar Bear, the only person without the only person who is referenced formally, was probably the coach because it's doggy basketball. So what is a polar bear doing playing on a basketball team? It turns out we were wrong because this week they introduced us to the coach. This week we met Panda Bear, whose name we don't know, who is clearly the coach of the team because he's got a whistle and he's got a clipboard.
He's got a clipboard.
Yeah.
Nothing says official like a clipboard.
Right.
Honestly.
Right. Which means that Mr. Polar Bear is a member of the basketball team, and the Panda Bear, who is also living in Alaska as a panda bear that we still don't know the name of, is the coach of the dog basketball team.
God, this is just getting weirder and weirder, and I love it.
Yes.
I think it all checks.
Is Polar Bear just like a super fan? What if Polar Bear is just like a super fan?
I mean, he could be, but I mean, they're like, but they need that many people for a basketball team. Like, I have to assume at this point that he must be on the team. Otherwise, there's a member of the team that we haven't met yet. Granted, we haven't met the backups. There's no way that these five guys are these five people are playing the full game.
I don't know that they're people, but
right. But these five beings.
These five beings, yes.
Yeah.
These five life forms.
Right. Topping suggesting, could the panda bear be a referee? he could. I mean, he's got the black and white, but the clipboard is what throws me. Is that a referee wouldn't be carrying a clipboard? So, like, he's the over enthusiastic stepdad. That is possible. We don't know his name yet. He could be like Mr. Panda Bear. He could. I don't know. We're gonna find out who he is. I just don't think that they're spending a lot of time thinking about the natural habitats for these animals and where they would feel safe. I think a panda bear would have a really hard time being in Alaska. So, like, we'll meet him eventually, but that's where we stand. Next week we may show the fan gallery of all the people enjoying Snoop Loops. We tried to order them earlier today. They are out of stock, which is a bummer.
I'm so angry. I can't believe it.
Heather and I have both joined the K9 Club, so that we could potentially win a watch. Audrey, I hope you do as well.
Oh, I did.
Okay,
good.
I will tell you that my sign up for it, just the title said "Enter me," and then the body of the message just said, "I would like to be entered. Please enter me. I would like to win." I know what I said. I'm 100% aware. I'm hoping that that's going to catch someone's eye.
It better.
It's gotta. But like, do you think? Come on, it's Snoop Dogg. Do you think there will actually be a movie of this or a TV show?
Maybe.
I'm getting a vibe.
I would love a TV. That would be fun if it was like a new Saturday morning cartoon.
He's got a whole YouTube channel of children's songs that are all these types of cartoons. It's really crazy. One day we'll also play that. You can follow it. It's real bad, but it's Snoop Dogg, so
it's good at the same time.
Yes,
it's bad. It's so bad. It's good.
But it's it's like too friendly. I'm like, come on, Snoop. Like you're not. This isn't you. All right, let us get into what the fact. For newer viewers, we go through a bunch of questions. The Heather and Audrey will try and guess the answers. I already know them. Chat, we're hoping that you'll play along and try and guess as well. Our first question is very Florida.
Okay.
So there was a sting that they were doing, trying to arrest a bunch of people who were checking out prostitutes in a precinct in Florida. And oops, they accidentally caught the chief of police of the precinct that they were doing it with. Very Florida. Unfortunately for the police chief, he did not have money to pay for this prostitute. So he chose to pay her with some sort of alternate way of paying her. So my question to you is, and I'm coming to you first, Audrey, did he pay her with White Claw?
Okay.
Did he pay her with alligators? Or did he pay her with his dogs?
Oh my gosh. What's the most Florida? I feel like the alligators is like a trick one.
Okay.
It's Florida. But a White Claw. Oh. Or his dogs. You know what? If it's the chief, I'm going to say his dogs. I'm going to go with C. His dogs.
We have at least one choice for A. So we got one for dogs. We got one for White Claw. Heather, what are you thinking?
I mean, you read this question and I immediately said in the chat, gator. It's a gator.
Okay.
I feel like that's a misdirect because it's just a very Florida thing. And I feel like the actual answer is going to turn out to be a White Claw because that feels like something that somebody not particularly intelligent and like panicking would do.
Yeah.
But I really want it to be a gator.
You really want it to be a gator?
I really want it to be a gator.
Okay, I'm sorry to disappoint you. It is in fact White Claw.
It's
right.
See, I should have went with my gut.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do this every time I'm on the show.
I'd love to think it's a gator, and I sadly could see it being dogs, like because people don't value animal life. But the one I could most envision is just someone being like, "Oh shit, can I just like pay you in claw?"
Oh my God. Was it a black cherry? Do we know which White Claw?
I
We
mean,
don't.
that's a fair question too.
Yeah.
Like, what flavor?
Because I
Yeah.
would be real pissed if somebody tried to give me a black cherry. I'd be like,
Topping is on board with you there, Audrey. Look at that.
Yeah.
Literally, same time. Yep.
Moving on to question number 2. John Bon Jovi. We mentioned New Jersey before. John Bon Jovi started his professional recording career in what would arguably be considered an unexpected place. So, Heather, I will come to you first.
Okay.
Do you think that John Bon Jovi started his professional recording career doing backup vocals on Weird Al's debut album? Did he do it as part of backup vocals on the Star Trek Christmas album? Or the Star Wars Christmas album? Or in the E.T. original soundtrack as lead vocals?
Oh, I want it to be B so badly.
Well,
I want it to be B so badly.
It's up to you. You gotta make a guess.
I think it's A. I'm gonna go with A.
Okay.
Because I feel like I just feel like I can hear his voice. Like, I can imagine that I hear his voice like in the background doing some of the like sick harmonies and stuff.
Okay. All
For
right.
some reason, I don't think it's C at all.
I don't
Okay.
either.
I want it to be B.
Okay, but you're gonna go with A. Joy's gonna go with A.
I'll go with A because I'm trying to think of. I can't think of anything that would have like John Bon Jovi's voice singing. It's just like America Sing or something in the middle of that. I'm trying to remember the nonsense that happens in that. I know there's a lot. Anyway.
Audrey, what do you think?
Well, my gut tells me B.
Mhm.
And I gotta go with B.
You gotta go with your gut.
Feel as if it probably might also be A, but I'm gonna say B for fun.
Okay, we do have one vote for C. Topping is going for C.
Okay.
The actual answer, and Audrey, good job sticking with your gut. He was on the Star Wars Christmas album as background vocals. Unfortunately, I did not find the clip of that, but YouTube that as soon as we're done, and you can find.
Which song?
I don't know. He was.
Oh my
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's incredible.
Right, that's where it all started.
Could you imagine
Wow.
like that? Like, not only if you're a person that was in it, but you get to be like, I did background vocals on that. Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
So our third question,
Okay.
and I'll go back to this to give an explanation. There was a restaurant in Virginia that was doing a special promotion, and in doing that special promotion, they decided to rename everything on their menu after things related to 9/11.
Oh Jesus!
Yes.
Oh no.
So there were a lot
Right.
of bad names
Oh
that
god.
they came up with. So my question to you is:
All of them are bad names. The
Right.
correct
No, they're
answer
all-
is all of the above.
they're all going to be bad. Agreed. But the question is, which of the following is not an item on the Virginia restaurant menu?
Oh god.
Coming to you first, Audrey.
Okay.
I don't like this.
Was a Remember-Tini an item that you could buy on that menu, which I will warn you is the tamest of them all. Was the Flight 93 Redirect Hot Crab Dip on the menu? Or was the Never Forget Appetizer Sampler an item on the menu? Which do you think?
God.
Which do you think of these was not an item on the menu?
Oh god. Oh god.
Yep.
Okay, I know.
so
I
offensive.
just feel in my heart, as fucked up as it is, B has to be an item and like a menu item. Like it's
Okay.
just so fucked up, messed up. Sorry, I don't know if I can say that for.
I curse all the time on here.
Okay,
Yeah.
grand.
And also, the
Um,
story is fucking terrible. So
Oh, this is so bad. I guess which one's made up? Which one's more? They're all fucked up. So I guess Never Forget Sampler is the fake one.
Okay. Heather, what about you?
Oh, God.
I'm going to go with B as the made up one because I'm going to choose to believe that however misguided someone is, and this, all of these things are misguided. The fact that this exists is misguided and terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But I've known enough really stupid people in my life who would think that things like A and things like C are perfectly acceptable. I'm not going to get into details, but I definitely know somebody who once tried to do a COVID remembrance sale. So that's as much as I'll say. I think it's probably A and C are real, and B is just in such bad taste. Like if you want B to be your actual menu item, you're like, you're a troll. You know what you're doing, or you're like, this is, I don't know that. B, I think B is the fake one.
Yeah, especially in Virginia too. Like you were. Oh wait, no. Everyone leave me alone.
The Pentagon's there, right?
Yeah,
Isn't the Pentagon in Virginia?
It's in DC.
That was a
right?
Target. Wasn't that a Target?
Yes.
Yes.
That's crazy.
So
it's like, but 93 was the New York one, right?
93, I think, was the one that went down in the on the way.
God.
It's all bad.
God.
It's all bad.
Oh my gosh, I just need to.
So
it's all bad.
So I got a bunch of A's. My dad's chiming in with B.
Okay.
So the actual answer, and I realized after I started going through these, the way that I phrased the answer is a little bit confusing, in that it turns out that all of them are real. All three of these are actual things that were on the menu. The two that I didn't include were Pentagon Pie and there's a loud ambulance somewhere over there.
That's because people are coming to pick me up because I'm going to die from how offended I am by this.
You're about to get the most. You're about to get the most offended by
Jesus,
it.
What?
Because the one that really got people pissed off was first responder flatbread. Was the one that people were just like, okay, fucking hold on. So.
Like, I'm actually so mad. I'm like really oh my God.
So they apologized,
terrible.
Clearly.
Good.
No shit.
Yeah.
What did it take though? What did it take? Was it like, let me imagine, was it like some very kind-hearted waiter that was like, hey, I don't really think it's okay to have this stuff. And then of course they probably got fired. And then they were like, do we really need to rethink this?
Yeah.
Angry. I'm angry. I can't with stupid people.
I'm sorry to upset everybody, but it was such a ridiculous thing that I felt like it needed to be shared. That like, you know.
No, you should, so we can rake them over the goddamn coals.
Yeah.
How dare they?
Wow.
So there we go.
Yep. Topping. Oh, I was clicking on topping, but I clicked on Joy's quote.
Yeah.
Both quotes are correct, and the correct things to ask. Joy would like to know, were they trolls or did they think that this was some kind of honor?
See, that's the messed up part. They probably do.
Yeah,
but topping is correct. So many hate balls of fire need to be fast pitched. Agreed.
Amen.
It seemed like there was a chance that they realized that they were going to get publicity, and they went with the all publicity is good publicity. You are wrong. It is not.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
Incorrect. There are times where that's not true. And this is one of them.
Right. For example, I did not mention the name of that restaurant because they do not need any,
I noticed that. And I agree with your choice.
Yes.
They don't need publicity.
Which brings us now to our would you rathers.
Okay.
Now that we're properly horrified.
Now that we're angry.
Yeah. Heather, what do we got?
Okay. We've got, would you rather be the asshole that named a 9/11 restaurant?
No.
Would you rather, okay, the actual question is, would you rather be a genius and know everything, or be amazing at any activity you tried? And I will go to you, Audrey, first.
I don't know. What? Which one would I want? I guess I'm afraid of being afraid of being too smart. 'Cause,
Why?
like, I'm gonna, like, what if I know too much and then I'll never not know? And then I just don't want that pressure on me. Because then people are gonna put things on me that I don't want. But it would be the same for being good at everything, amazing at everything. Oh man. I'm gonna say the amazing at everything because it would still have an element of surprise, I feel, more than being a genius.
A defined
Yeah.
element of surprise. Like, who are you surprising? What does that mean?
Like somebody I don't know, right? And they're, talking about yodeling or something, and then I yodel really well. And they're like, whoa, like that's smart. Like, in my opinion, that's cooler than, I don't know, knowing what a Raspberry Pi is.
Okay, but in your example, your
Yeah.
example, if somebody's like, "Hey, I'm pretty good at yodeling," and then you're like, "Oh, I am too," and then you like crush them, like, wouldn't everybody be like, "Hey, Audrey, screw you! Can't I just have a fucking thing? Why do you always got to come and like yodel in front of me?" Like,
Yeah, well, you would do the same thing if you were a genius, like if I told you like the history of yodeling, if you told me that
That's
you
true.
like to yodel.
That's fair, yeah.
So
That's
I'm
fair.
choosing the less, but I wouldn't say like, oh, I'm also good at yodeling. I would let it come naturally in the conversation. Can you yodel? And I'd be like,
Okay.
yodel. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's what my
Okay.
head's at.
Okay, that works.
All right, Dustin, what about you?
Ooh, I've been going back and forth on this because I feel like if you're a genius, then like you can probably like make a bunch of money and just do whatever you want and just sort of live whatever kind of lifestyle you wanna do. If you're good at everything, I guess it depends. If like if you're like, hey, I'm good at baseball. Like, are you like Major League Baseball good at it? Like, is that how we're defining amazing? Because like if you're amazing is like you can be the best at every sport and you could be the best like yodeler or everything like that, then it'd probably be more fun to be amazing at everything if you could be like that level of just like, oh yeah, no, I'm just like super good at fucking everything that I do, and I'll be a professional tennis player this week, and then I'll be a professional baseball player next week, and I'll join the volleyball tour, and then I'll become like the best magician that's ever been a magician kind of thing. Like, I just feel like there's more opportunity to do that kind of stuff. But being a genius would be like probably easier to just hide and just like be super crazy rich and do whatever you want. So I guess given those two choices, I guess I'm going to go with amazing. Even though it's a game time decision, I don't know. I'm going to go with amazing. But I'm very torn. It's like 51-49 on that one. What about you, Heather?
Yeah, I'm also torn because I do love, like, I think I'm fairly intelligent and I enjoy that. I like knowing things and being smart and retaining things. But also, like, it would be really cool to just be amazing at a thing. Like, there are so many skills I wish I had that I don't think I could ever learn, and because I just don't think I can. And I would love to just like be good at them. Like, I would love to just like sit down and be like, oh, I can play this instrument and I'm really good at it. Like, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
And I guess you could also argue that if you're good at everything, then you could also be good at everything, including like learning. And then that could make you could be like a workaround to being smart.
And I don't know if we brought up Joy's comment earlier of if you know everything, there's no wonder left, nothing to learn. That's a good point. I
did actually, and I agree. That is a good point. Like, there's nothing if you're just like, yeah, it's an excellent point. Whereas there's nothing to learn. Whereas like you're just good at everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I see the argument of like the if you're always good at the thing, someone gets annoyed by it, and then they're just like, here comes Heather again. She's always good at this stupid thing. Mm-hmm. But I feel like there's a world where it could be really fun to just be good at anything, because it also doesn't mean that you are amazing at all the things and you brag about it. You could just secretly be really good at it. Mm. Like, you could be like, oh, I don't want to piss my friends off, but I know I'm really good at this thing. And I don't know, it could just be fun. You just have like this cool skill set.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with it for the fun, because there's so many things I can think of that I'm like, that would be so fun to be amazing at.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But I agree, it's a hard one.
Yeah, I mean, chat's pretty much come down on amazing, it seems like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I guess that's the winner. Audrey.
That's the winner.
Audrey, what do you got?
Chicken dinner. All right. So, would you rather wear a clown wig or clown shoes every day?
No matter what the day, like whether
No matter what.
a job interview or whatever, like a funeral or whatever, you have to wear that. Okay, who do you want to toss it to?
You, Dustin. You go first.
I mean, for me, it feels easy. I would go with clown shoes just because I'm a size 13 and I'm like borderline clown shoes to begin with. Like the only difference would be that my shoes would be red. So I feel like clown shoes you can kind of hide by like, oh, I'm just sitting at this table and you don't notice my clown shoes. But clown wig, it's really difficult to like hide that. So I feel like clown shoes would be more forgiving in formal situations. You just have to like do that. You know that thing where like on a TV show where a woman is like pregnant and they want to make it like she's not pregnant, so she's always standing behind a filing cabinet. Like I would figure out a way to do that in real life with my shoes. So I feel like that would be my way of like handling it, whereas you can't do that with your head. I mean, I guess in theory you could wear like a hat all the time, I guess, and hide it that way, but like I feel like that's going against the spirit of the question. So I'm gonna go with clown shoes.
Okay, so I have a question. When we say clown wig, does it have to be traditional curly clown wig? Does it have to be like, the clown wig, what we all think? Or could it just be clown wig colors?
Audrey, it's your question. You get to decide.
Oh, I'm gonna say traditional for the fun of it. I know.
Okay. I mean, this sucks.
This sorry.
Sucks. No, why are you sorry? You didn't make it up.
I didn't.
I hate the clown shoes because I like to walk places and I know that that's going to be uncomfortable. Whereas the wig is like, it's a wig, whatever. That's not that's fine. But a traditional clown wig is so wacky. Like, there's no really explaining. Like, I'm a pretty wacky person, and people pretty much accept a lot of wackiness about me. But there's nothing that I don't think I could show up in life in a clown wig and everyone would be like, oh, that's just Heather. Like, everyone would be like, you're in a clown wig. What the fuck? Clown shoes, I'm kind of in agreement. You could just be like wearing them and it's your quirk, and yeah, you hide them under a table. I mean, you can't, but at the same time, I don't know. Oh no, this is tough. This is tough. This is tough.
Yeah, you got to pick.
I think I will go with the shoes.
Okay.
Because like you, Dustin, I feel like you could disguise it more. There's no scarf in the world and no hat in the world that you're putting over a giant traditional clown wig.
Okay. What about you?
If it were a rainbow colored wig that didn't have to be like the big traditional clown wig, that would change my answer, and I would wear that all the time because I would be like, "What? I just wear wigs. What's the problem?" But yeah.
Okay. What about you, Audrey?
I would go with a wig. I think the wig would be fun, and yeah, it's quirky. I also when I walk on my tippy toes a lot. Like if I'm walking fast, I just find myself on my tippy toes. So like walking in clown shoes in the middle of Manhattan does not sound. This is my tippy toes. Walking. No, I'm not. I can't, because my partner Marcus is a 13 as well, and if I need to wear his Crocs to go downstairs or something, I might tumble, and I don't like that. So I'd rather have the wig,
Okay.
It's fun.
Cool. All right.
That's my idea.
Then we'll move on to our last one. This one is custom built for Audrey, but you can apply your specific person to this. So for the purposes of this, we're going to use Harry Styles.
We're going with this.
No, you got it.
But if you're at home, you can apply it to whatever your individual person is. So the question here is, if you have the choice where Harry Styles vomits on you, he just full on throws up, he had a full meal and then he pukes on you, or you vomit on Harry Styles and he just like takes it, he knows it's you, it's happening.
He just takes it.
Right. He's just sitting there and then all of a sudden you just like bleh, and it's all over him and he's just like, wow, okay, and then has whatever reaction he's gonna have. Which of those things would you rather have happen? I'm going to go to you first, Heather, because I want Audrey to have some time to just sort of
to think about this,
to bake in this. So I'll go to you first.
Even if I were to remove Harry Styles and put some celebrity that I would be like, I would hate to vomit on that person, I will still always choose to vomit on the person rather than be vomited on, because that is so, like, I don't care how much I like you, I don't care how much I admire you, I don't want to be vomited on. That's awful, absolutely awful and nauseating and gross. So you're saying Joy is correct. Yep, I would want to be the vomiter. Yes.
So
you vomit on someone, it sucks. You can never, like, that person is like, I hate you so much. What a terrible person. Okay, great, big deal. If you vomit on me, I'll never forget that. How gross.
But let's say it's like you want to get on SNL and it's Lorne Michaels, and Lorne Michaels just comes over and pukes all over you. Now he like owes you to some degree because of the thing that he did. Like you wouldn't prefer that.
You think he'd give a fuck? He would not give a fuck. He would give zero fucks. He would be like, sometimes that happens.
Right, but you have a very nice dress. I feel bad about that. Let me make you a featured player. Like, you never know. You never know how that goes. No. So
I think rich people with a lot of power would never think that way. They would just be like, I threw up on a person. Clean that up, and they would just like walk off.
Okay, so you're going with vomit on Harry Styles.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't want to be vomited on. Also, if you vomit on Harry Styles, there's endless comic possibilities, because you vomit on him and you immediately make a watermelon sugar joke. Like, come on. That is just like, I would immediately just look up and just be like, and just start. Yeah.
Okay.
Like that's
point at it. Strawberries.
Yeah, exactly. And you gotta do it like, you gotta like vomit and just look really sad and just be like,
Audrey, he's your hero. What are you gonna do?
I'm vomiting on him. No, he needs to get like grounded. Like he's got enough Gucci suits. What's one Gucci suit? No, well, honestly, can I say a really quick side story very quickly about Harry Styles?
Yes, I do want to acknowledge Chris's comment though. Didn't Harry vomit on us via his "Don't Worry, Darling" performance?
He did.
Yeah,
he sure did. I've been vomited on by Harry. No, so there is in LA, like on the 101, there is on the side a sign because Harry Styles went hiking, got out and threw up, and a fan made a shrine and went to the place and collected his vomit. Oh. And so it's like, it just says on the shrine, Harry Styles puked here.
No.
And like they have candle. I'm not kidding. You have to look it up. So that's that story. But I hate
that so much.
Yeah, fans are these fans. They crazy. Nobody come for me, fans. If you're a big Harry Styles fan, please. No, but I know myself, and I would vomit.
Like
So it's
like if he vomited on, what do you mean? You would vomit?
I would vomit. I
Okay.
couldn't talk to him. I'm afraid of Harry Styles, so I would vomit on him
Okay.
for sure. It's fine.
I am going to go against you two, and I am going to go with I would rather get vomited on because I don't know if you guys have a different experience than I do. I have been vomited on in the past.
I'm sorry.
I was at
awful.
I was at a work Christmas party early on in my career. I was working at AMC, and the person who was like my manager, we were in the back of a black car getting driven back to Long Island. It was a party in the city, and she she felt herself like getting ready to throw up, and we kept saying like, "Do you want us to pull over? Do you want to pull over?" And she said no, and then she like basically like put her hand up, but then the way that her hand went, it like basically just aimed it like at me. And I just kind of got like covered, and it was super gross. But I'll tell you what, she was so much nicer to me after that. Our whole relationship changed after she had puked on me. It was like half an hour of, or maybe an hour of grossness, because then we still had to get home. And then like I basically never wore that shirt again. But my whole work experience got significantly better because she had felt guilt forever now.
Dustin.
Yes.
Dustin,
what?
You are worth more than being your self-worth of somebody you work with is more than somebody throwing up on you. If that's your standard, we need to talk about like, come on.
But it was a one-time experience, and then it made everything better. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that I would encourage her to throw up on me. I'm just saying that like things got better after it happened. So I'm saying in this scenario, it's possible that Harry would throw up on me, and then I'd be like, Harry, that's pretty shitty of you. We should probably be best friends, and you should take me around the world, and we just like hang out and have fun adventures all the time. And it's possible he'd be like, you know what, you're right. So like, I don't know, like I'm willing to take that risk.
You're willing to
because I want to be a jet setter. I know that Joy is probably going to give me a hard time about this, but that's where we're going. I'm not saying I want to be best friends with Harry Styles, but I'm saying I'm not against being best friends with Harry Styles. It's not a goal of mine, but if it was a thing that happened, I'd be on board. Like I'm not going to fight it. It's my life is better if I'm best friends with Harry Styles than if I'm not, is all I'm saying. Like after Joy, I want to be very clear so that she doesn't give me a hard time. Joy will always be my best friend, but second best friend can be Harry Styles, and we can travel the world together and get into adventures. That's all I'm saying. And if all that takes is him throwing up on me a little bit, I can deal with that. That's all I'm trying to get at. I'm just happy. I'm telling you my opinion. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Just of all the things.
But I feel as if Harry, if you threw up on Harry, he would still be like, we're going to be best friends. You made a mistake. It's fine. Here's a Gucci suit. I had more. Like
I have so many.
I have
Dustin,
so many.
Joy says she's locking you out of the house.
Right, but I'm currently in the house, so she can't right now.
But it's fair. Watch out. Okay. Watch your back.
Yeah. Harry Styles is outside your apartment magically.
He's just standing outside there.
Yeah, drinking gross stuff. Cool. That was our last question that seemingly horrified everyone.
Yeah. You have opinions? My cat has opinions.
Audrey.
Yeah.
Where can people find out more about what you have going on?
Oh, you can follow me on my Instagram if you'd like. It's my full name, Audrey Marie Sprouse. I post there, so you can find that out. I also do stuff with the Armory Comedy, so I do sketch. We have a show coming up. There it is. In 2 weeks, 1 week, I don't know. It's coming up though.
A week from Tuesday.
Great.
Yeah.
So a week from Tuesday.
Right. It's the date. That's the date that's there. Is the date you should go see it.
Yeah, you should come then. I'll be there co-directing Team Ghost.
Cool. What about you, Heather? What you got coming up?
It's funny. I also have that same show coming up on October 11th. What?
Yes.
I will be performing with the Chaos Network sketch comedy Tuesday the 11th. So, hey, if you like all of us on this podcast today, you should come to this show because we're all going to be involved with this show. And
Yes,
it's
we
going to
are.
be great. Maybe my cat will be involved. Who knows?
Cool. And you can always follow us at Super Important Stuff on Instagram and find out more about what we got going on. I'll be at that same show that everybody is talking about. And because of that show, we are off next week. So we will see you in a couple of weeks. We have a special weird episode coming up when we get back. So look out for that. We will send you more information. And thank you so much for watching. And we will see you again in a couple of weeks. Bye.